Hello, gorgeous Sagittarian. How are you, my wild pony of the zodiac? Are you well? Are you feeling bold and fearless? I hope so, because this month there is so much going on. It is such a full-on ride. It's exhausting, darling. However, you have a few things that make you downright perky, possibly and potentially a bit reckless. Watch out for being reckless this month, particularly when Mars is squaring Jupiter, your ruler, because you're like, yes, I can do anything. I'm going to do everything, and I want to do something really daring. So there's a flavour of that for you this month. But let's start at the beginning, where the Sun is trine Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is the wounds we carry that hurt us, that we can't get rid of, that are soul wounds. But the Sun trining here is shining a light of healing there. Now, we ain't necessarily ever going to get rid of our wounds. You know, certain things that we have to live with and transform and use them to our advantage. But there are layers of healing as well. You know, we heal something, then there is some other wound. That's the nature of this existence. But as I say, Chiron often brings us many gifts. The Sun is in your adventure zone, and Chiron wants to heal your pleasure zone, your love zone, your children's zone, all the things that bring you deep joy. And I believe, fingers crossed, that there is a wonderful salve coming to your beautiful heart around that on the 1st of August. Okay, it might involve a tussle, an argument, an intense conversation, because Mercury is opposing Pluto. And Mercury, for you, at the beginning of this month, you want to talk deep. You want to go right in. You're a psychic detective. You are ferreting out the truth wherever it lays. And there are some really intense conversations that may like be, opening you up, but the healing is coming. We have a full moon in Aquarius, which is in your communication zone. So there is a peak of communicating, you may get a fabulous idea around the 3rd of August, and you are like, or there might be a really important piece of information coming your way. There is a T-square with Uranus. Mercury is opposing Saturn. So responsibility. What are your responsibilities? What are other people's responsibilities? What have you committed to that now you regret? Something is coming up around that, and there may be a situation where you've made the commitment, you have to do it, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. How are you going to sort out that situation? All will be revealed this month. Mercury is shifting signs and going into a lovely adventurous, outgoing vibe like your good self, and it's the only thing to watch out for, as I'm always telling you, you are the truth monster as well. So be careful. You're more like to spit out your opinion without thinking about it, just like that. So be careful of that. Venus is conjunct the North Node. There's a deep healing also coming to you, and potential for transformation around your personal and intimate and romantic relationships, because the North Node is about our future karma. It's about where we're going with our relationships, and Venus, the planet of love, and it being connected to your relationships is showing you what the future could be like, and that's good, because straight after that Venus goes into your intense zone. It's very full on. You're like, rah. You're feeling much more sensual than usual. You might be feeling more jealous. You're feeling very, very full on about all your relationships. Now, when we feel intense emotions like jealousy, it's often something to do with us. It comes from insecurity within us. If someone else is being possessive of you, in an equal, healthy relationship, that vibe does not come. We've all felt jealous, don't get me wrong. I've been like, when I was less secure in my life, I had terrible feelings of jealousy and insecurity. But when we move through them and we come into our power, we realise we're equal to everyone else. There can't be any jealousy. We don't own people, no one owns us. We choose to be together, and those are the best relationships, Some of those sort of, primal relationships that are very based on sensuality or physical obsession, again, if you feel jealous in those circumstances, you feel addicted to someone, that's not balanced, is it? Enjoyable sometimes, but not balanced. Anyway, I digress. Let us move on. The new moon is in your adventure zone. There's something big coming up about travelling, expanding, growing, learning. You're waking up to your natural spirit again, and this new moon is giving you an opportunity because it's connected to Mars. Gives us the courage and the drive to go forward, and it's also connected to the North Node, which is our future life. It's our destiny ahead, our fated existence. I'm not fatalistic, you know. We create our destiny, and we can create our destiny. So where do you want to go in that situation? Because, as I say, it's a very, very special moon. It has great magic in it. Use it to your advantage. Then for the next part of August, you'll go. It's time to focus on your career, as we have the Sun and Mercury going into your career zone. So it's about you focusing on being out there. This is me. This is what I have to offer, and shining in that way. What else before we finish? Mercury is trine Jupiter. That's got to be good news. You are very persuasive. You might take a gamble, a risk. You might apply for something that you really want, or you might put yourself forward, and a bit of good luck around you around that day. That's the 29th. I mean, there's magic in the air. But let's see what the tarot has to say. Okay, Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Okay, first card. You're getting yourself together so that you are still and grounded. You're achieving what you want to achieve, and you've got that, you know, that moment where you know that you can do it, and you can just pause and think, okay, it's going to be all right. That's the vibe around you this month. You might be thinking about the past. There are still retrograde planets. In fact, Uranus goes retrograde. So there is, you know, a lot of reflection coming in. Do not let the past block you. Perhaps you will have a revelation that there was a situation that hurt you in the past, thanks to Chiron, and maybe you're ready to let go of that block. It doesn't suit you. You are so the opposite of this card. This card is all about restriction and holding on, and you are all about freedom and let's gallop. So definitely, it's not healthy for you if you feel blocked. Yes, you have been under pressure, but I truly believe, looking at the astrology, the tide is turning. Exactly, the tide is turning for you. And you are a fire sign. This is the Ace of Fire. This is action. This is energy. This is passion. This is sensuality. And yeah, I think, you know, there will be some tricky moments. There may be someone who's very argumentative and childlike around you, poking your buttons, but you're on your way. There's also a very strong soul connection and a message from a soul connection coming this month that's super important. Take care, gorgeous. Come visit me on Instagram at Michele Knight. Lots of love. Hi, gorgeous. Before you go, check out my new film on my fabulous psychics. A lot of people ask me for readings. I don't do them anymore, but for over 20 years, I've had an award-winning team of psychics that I truly handpick. So check out the film. Let me know what you think.
The purpose of a reading, I feel, is very much to inspire people and to empower people.
It's about hope. It's about guidance.
Using a phone or being with you, it will be the same because the matter is spiritual.
It's very important for me that the client feels spirit with them. So it was a psychic reading.
I don't remember the readings right after because it's not myself giving that, it's actually coming from spirit.
And it is a bit like a three-way conversation. I've got the person on the phone, I've got me, and I've got another voice that's telling me things.
I even shock myself, things that I come up with, and I think, how did I get that?
I'm channeling messages only for one purpose, to help people.
It's been able to help somebody have a map back to where they've got lost from.
My priority is to connect to your truth and have the best life that you can have.
I think in my readings people feel a sense of a safe space where they can really be themselves, let go.
You need a feeling of being understood because reading should be empowering.
I will make sure when the reading is finished that you're happy with everything.
I couldn't do anything else. It's part of who I am. It's what I came here for, obviously.
And when they come back and tell you they've got their dream job or the love of their life, that really makes me feel like I'm valued.
I love to hear a sigh of relief. A lot of weight has been lifted off their shoulders.
We have the answers that we are looking for within ourselves. I know I have the tools to help you.
Everything begins and ends with you.